What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do a little fix-it video. So here's the scenario. You guys have a computer. It's not turning on. It's got you really pissed, but not for long. Poetry for you. Repair style. Alright, so this Dell Inspiron tower is not turning on. So checked out the basics. All our fans spin fine. So if this fan was real tight, it probably burned out the CPU and blew out the motherboard. That's not the case. Also, check your RAM. Move it to a different slot. If you have another stick, throw it in there, because if there's no RAM in your PC, a lot of computers won't even turn on. So next thing is pretty much the most popular, and most of the time you're going to have to replace your power supply. So doing that's actually pretty simple. It's one of the most easiest computer repairs, hardware wise, there is. So there's only 4 screws to it and connecting a couple wires. The hardest part to this is trying to keep it as clean looking as possible, because some of these aftermarket power supplies have a lot of wires for such a little tower. But I was only using this to beat around this PC. But yeah, this is Antec 650. So got tons of IDEs. These things are long, man. These things are. This is a power supply for a full-size ATX tower. All right, let's get to it. Your CD drive, that's going to have a connector. One of your SATAs or IDE, whatever you have. You're going to have one of these. It's going to be your CPU power. That's going to go, usually it's right under the power supply. Most boards, it's in the same spot. It's like top left of your motherboard. And then damn hard drive here, man. It's blocking off our 24-pin connector, which is our main power connector. This is for real right now, is it? There. Sorry, guys. Alright. So, here's our 24-pin connector. It's your main connector. So, it's either going to be 20 or 24. Usually, the way you can do it is the last 4 separate. So if you have an older board, it's going to be the 20, so you got to disconnect the 4 and just plug in the 20. But you can go buy the power supply that's already in there, so just something to look out for. So if it's not fitting, now you know why. But when it comes to the CPU connector, whatever that is, here, it's either going to be an 8-pin or a 4-pin. So just use the connector that goes to that. Now they also separate usually. This one's weird. So it says tons of different stuff. Here's that. Here's the 4-pin. So that's the one we used for ours. Most boards, aside from like gaming computers and stuff like that, are going to use the 4. When you go into gaming computers, that's when you're going to use the 8. So most of you guys doing this, you're probably going to use the 4. But alright, now all the wires go out of your power supply. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get them all out. Now, sometimes these are going to have a little thing little clip that's built onto the housing that you have to push in. That's going to be like straight in the back. You're going to have to push that in and then slide the power supply. This one does not. This thing's big. This is a little bit bigger than the stock one. So let's see. Alright, let's take this out and just reverse the process and put it back in. Read through all your connections, and you guys are set to go. If you have any questions, drop me a message. You guys should be back on the roll.